Hello and welcome back to the True Love feature film channel, following the journey of this independent New Zealand feature film. Today we're starting the casting process for the film, so I'm going to take you through the process of how I cast my project. Let's talk about auditions. Personally, I've never really liked auditions. I don't really like the feeling of an audition room. I don't like the feeling of the dynamic of an audition in a process or on a project that has multiple stakeholders, creative inputs, things like that. Auditions definitely have their place. So instead of auditions, my process is that in writing the script, as that script develops, and once that script is finished, I'll be developing an idea of the character in my head. And I'll end up with a pretty strong idea of that character. First of all, it's the physicality. I get a really strong idea of what I think a character looks like physically as I develop the script, how they behave and how they move and things like that. Then it's about whether our processes align, whether my process of directing and their process of acting is compatible. I've had experiences before where I've offered actors roles and then we've talked about the role and talked about my process and they've been put off by it, or they feel that they're not compatible with that way of working, because every director and every actor has their own process and sometimes they aren't compatible. So that's number two. And then number three, which I think is the most important thing of all, is trust. Trust that I'm going to put them in a situation where they can succeed, and then trust for me that they're going to come onto the project, sees the things in the character that I want them to see and in the script that I'm trying to communicate, and give all of themselves to the character and to the story, and together we can develop and make the character come alive. So it's physicality, it's process being compatible, and then it's trust. So what I'll do is I'll contact the actors, I'll reach out to them. Some of them I know, some of them I don't know. I'll reach out to them and I'll introduce them to the film. I'll send them a pitch deck, a introduction to the film, gauge their interest. If they're interested, I'll organize a meeting where we can sit down, take some time, talk about the film, the script and the character, and then talk about our processes. My process as a director, their process as an actor. Then from that meeting, we can gauge whether we feel good about the project, whether we trust each other, and whether we want to move forward. The first actor that I'm reaching out to is Vinny Bennett. Vinny is an amazing actor. His work and his resume speak for itself. He is a legend as far as I'm concerned. He's done big feature films, he's done New Zealand feature films, he's done New Zealand shows, he's done so much work, and I've been watching him for years and appreciating him for years. Vinny and I over the years have become good friends and collaborators. Vinny played the character Ace in my short film of the same name, Ace. I'm reaching out to Vinny to play the character of James. James is the male lead of True Love. He's the protagonist, but like all the characters in this film, he is deeply flawed as well. In the process of writing this film and developing this film, Vinny has been in my head for a long time to play James. Vinny is the type of actor who can carry a film. I trust him. I know that he's going to give it his all. I know that he will understand the character. I know that he'll know what I'm trying to communicate through the character and through the story. I've reached out to Vin. He knows about this project. I've sent him the pitch deck. I've talked to him about the character. I've talked to him about my plan of how I'm going to make the film. He's open to it. He's keen, so we're going to go and meet up with Vin. I'm going to take him his very own copy of the script so that he can read that. We're going to talk about process, we're going to talk about trust, we're going to talk about the film, we're going to talk about the character, and hopefully at the end of our little hui, True Love will have its first actor on board. I'm going to go see Vin, come along for the ride. Fingers crossed, fingers chit. So before I go and see Vin, I'm going to go and print out his own physical copy of the script so that he can read it and do whatever he needs to do. I know he likes physical copies of scripts. Script, got one. This was pretty straightforward, as Vinny and I have talked about this project a lot already. What I did was I took him through the most recent draft of the script. We talked about everything to do with his character, and he was in. So there you have it, our first cast member, Vinny Bennett, playing the role of James in True Love, the feature film. It's Meke. Thanks for following. Thanks for watching. The next video is going to be our lead female cast member. Tune in. Chit.